What is up? What is up? I'm gonna try to play some music that Facebook won't delete. See, I got my own beats. I got my own beats, son. I got my own beats. Let's see here. Oh, let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right, little beats building up, building up. Audience is coming in. Happy Friday, Facebook. Let's get this party started. I had a lot of stuff on my mind, and I know that it's Friday, and people are tuning in to a lot of different live casts today. So I figured now is a better time than ever. Mr. Mills, what's up with you, dude? Ray, Josh, Mrs. DiMangio, Colette, hello, hello. I'm going to give this just a couple more minutes here, guys. Love seeing your faces. What's up, Millsy? Mike, we're 2 weeks away from making our big announcement, dude. I want to get some stuff ready for you, so I'll call you later. Colton, what's happening, my man? Oh, listen to beats. Listen. Facebook, you can't take these down. I own these beats, son. I own these beats. Sally, what's up? Live back to back. Josh, what's going on? All right, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. People can watch the replay. So, a couple things here. I posted some very serious questions over the last 24 hours. The first one that I posted yesterday was, how many of you have a business idea and don't know where to start? And in that one question, we had we had a couple hundred interactions. Hey, what's up? My wife is on the phone. What's going on? Ryan, what is up, brother? Daniel, good to see you. So how many of you have a business idea and don't know where to start was question one. I've got two more that I'm going to go through, and then I'm going to kind of put some things into perspective, because for the past year, I've had people continually ask me, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? And people that work with me understand what I do, and I want to be very specific on a couple things, and I want to share a story for you that has a funny nickname involved. So, you see, how many of you have a business idea and don't know where to start? That was one question. The other, freezing up here. I hope it comes back. Okay, we're back. The other question that I posed, I'm just scrolling through my feed here because I want to do it in real time, was, let's see here. Lesson of the day, ruthless commitment and execution. Next question was, are you paid, this is a serious question, are you paid what you're worth or what someone else feels you are valued? I'm going to say that again. I want you to think about it, okay? Are you paid what you are worth or what someone else feels you are valued? Meaning you are paid a salary based on what they think you're worth versus you getting paid what you feel you're worth based on the experience that you bring to the table. And then just about an hour and a half ago, I posted another question. Last question of the day that prompted me to want to do this. Do you ever sense that you were made for something better, more meaningful, more exciting than what you're doing for work today? So if you see there's some similarities behind these very heavy questions that I'm asking, and it's not just to make you feel uncomfortable, but I want to paint a picture about some commonalities. Okay, so there are 5 companies whose names I'm going to ring out. You've got Dell, you've got HP, you've got IBM, you've got Microsoft, you've got Apple. Let's just stay with those 5. Those are over $1 trillion. Those 5 are the cornerstone of major business. If you wind back as to how they were started, whether you look at the HP garage or you look at Steve Jobs, and you look at the questions that I posed, you're going to find some commonalities. You see, Steve Jobs was, if you read the autobiography, Steve Jobs was neglected and told no and pushed away 165 times before the Apple computer could be brought into distribution. The Hewlett-Packard brothers lived up the street from Steve Jobs. You see, they started in a garage building the PCs. Steve did an internship at that garage when he was younger, before he went and built the Apple computer. And as you fast forward that story, do you see the one thing that they did as I posed those questions? One thing that they did versus the answers that I got continually on why I'm not doing more. I feel valued, I'm underpaid, and I don't know what else to do. Okay, the one thing that separates you from those people that I just mentioned is the fact that they are not sitting on their hands. They're not waiting. They got up and did something. They didn't wait for capital. They built things, sold things, use that capital grew. But they executed on those ideas. They executed on those ideas. Now let me flip this to the other side. You see, those five companies together, I spent 15 years as an executive building high-performance sales teams and marketing programs for. And I'll tell you a story, because when you're inside corporate America, there are very big silos that exist within each of these companies. And to get shit done is a very difficult task. So they would bring me into strategic meetings, and I was in a Microsoft meeting. We were going to launch a new product set into the channel, into the reseller community. And this new product, as we were talking through it, they said, Kolby? Oh, we brought Kolby in. He's the executioner. And I know it's funny because, like, you see me on Facebook, I'm making some jokes and we're having some fun. I'm all lighthearted. You think I'm some motivational guy. I'm not a motivational guy. I use motivation to help push myself forward to get ideas done, and I like to share that experience. They bring me into the room. They call me the executioner. So for 10 years, friends and close people within my business circle would refer to me as the guy who would execute, the executioner, because I'd get shit done. So you go to LinkedIn, you can see all of this. Left corporate America and had an opportunity to work with over 300 entrepreneurs on the same thing, on this series of business plans that I had put together. I call it the Execution Manifesto. There are 4 pillars specifically on helping entrepreneurs take ideas and businesses and flow through that process based on what I've done for 5 major companies. So when I go through and I start to answer your questions, 1, I'm not your life coach. I'm not. 2, I'm not a guru. 3, one of my favorite quotes that comes on the back of Damon John's new book, The Power of Broke. Flip it over. Gary Vaynerchuk has a quote there that says, I buy business books from people that have done business. So you see, I've done these things, and when I give this feedback, it's out of a legitimate place of wanting to help, and it's by leveraging almost 20 years of experience in helping you understand a couple things. Okay? So I need you to wake up. I'm gonna try something here and see that and see if it works and paint this picture. Most of my meetings, or most of my videos, only go a couple minutes. So let me see if I can get this to work. And I am going to paint a picture for you. And as I paint this picture, this is going to be part of the next series of things that I showcase for you. Okay, so I want you to pay attention here. Let me see if I can make this happen in real time. Boom. Okay, 4 brackets. All right, so this first one is 0 to 18. This is 18 to 24. This is 24 to 72. This is 72 on. Okay, so if you look at each one of these brackets, they represent the age group that you're in. So from 0 to 18, you're a child. Okay? From 18 to 24, you are what? You're a student. From 24 to 72, what does this mean? Well, this is where I'm an adult. And then from 72 until I die, this is when I retire. Okay, so this is the life cycle here, what happens. I'm born and I have a ton of great ideas, and I'm ambitious and I'm creative and I'm asking questions. And I really want to know more about the world. I have a lot of ideas, right? I've got tons of ambition. There's nothing I can't do. You see, and then what happens is I go to 18 to 24 and I become a student. And I go into the student system and I go into the social experiment. I want to learn and I want to do more and I want to be part of something. You see, I still have a ton of ambitions because I want to change the world. And then I leave at 24, and then from 24 to 72, I enter the workplace. And then what happens when I enter the workplace? You see, in the middle of this 24 to 72, I wake up and realize that I'm 20 pounds overweight. I'm married. I've got a car. I've got a house, and I've got children. And I'm looking at that clock. I'm waiting. If right now you're looking at the clock, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're living in a set of literally, you're just critically hanging on to make sure you don't fly off the rail. Looking at the clock, I'm overweight, my relationships suck, and I'm a slave to what? Because what happens here? What happens right here? There's a huge column that gets introduced that nobody's talking about. It's the debt system. So you see, the time that I'm supposed to be living, so I work 24 to 72, I go here and I retire, and this is when they tell me I do what? I live. But here's what nobody's talking about. You see, nobody is talking about that debt system. That is why you are now a slave to the job. That's why you're a slave to the federal taxes. That's why you're not doing those creative things that you once thought you wanted to do or that you had ideas for, because you've got too much at risk. You came out of college. The average college debt system right now is $25.3 thousand. I spend 4 years, I come out in debt. So I get a job that hopefully I like, but it's got to pay me well to get that debt down, right? So I come out of being a student right into the debt system. Well, this 24 to 72 is when you're supposed to fucking live. It's not when you're supposed to be knee deep and buried in debt. And what happens is all of those other life circumstances happen. And we look around and we wonder why we're unhappy and miserable. We don't feel valued. That's why those questions were so important that I've been asking the last 2 days. Because I know every one of you has an idea. If you've ever felt like you were built for something bigger, then you were not supposed to be in this system. You're not supposed to be in this 24 to 72 slave system of working for somebody else. There's a reason that you're here, and that is not it. And you're not supposed to wait until you're 72 to live. I want to live when I'm 24 to 72, man, and I can get out of bed and I can get stuff done. That's why I'm passionate. That's why I'm into this. And let me tell you one more fact here. The 401k system has been pushing back and reducing by over 45% in the last 10 years. 45% on your 401k. I want you to look at Social Security. It will be gone by 2030. There is no Social Security for my generation. And then I want you to look at the average dollar amount that is saved by the American that goes into retirement. That's less than $100,000. That's your three-legged stool for retirement. 401ks are gone. It's a joke, and it's a system that's not supposed to fit you. The Social Security system is a bankrupt, corrupt system. That's what happens when government runs your money. And then we aren't disciplined enough to save money because we're a slave to debt and racking up credit cards and doing the things that we do and living for the weekend and buying shit that we don't need. Wake up. You have to wake up. So when I start to ask you questions about, do you feel valued? And does what you do matter? And do you have business ideas? It's because I want to help. It's because I want to help. So there's a ton of stuff that I'm about to release here probably in the next 2 days, where I am going to open up all of the kimono and help as many people as I absolutely can every single month based on over 15 years of experience and helping over 300 entrepreneurs. If any of this stuff made any sense to you, leave a comment below. As you can see, I'm super passionate about it. Gary Vee had a saying, entrepreneurs are born. If you've ever had a job, you're not an entrepreneur. That's bullshit. I became awakened to the system and the fact that I could control my own destiny. I did that in my 30s, right? Always had entrepreneurial spirit, but I was in the system because I wanted to make money, because that's what you do. But then I realized I could do it for myself. That awakening happened in my late 30s. I'm 41. That happened at about 35. So if you are older, there's time. If you're younger, there's even more time. If you're old, awesome, because we've got nothing but time to get this stuff done. I'm going to answer some questions here. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go look here. Open up some kimonos. I'm going to do a little Q&A just because I love you guys, and I made you sit into this for longer than I had expected. Let's see. Where are our children? Don't lose any of them. Daniel Brooks, Dave Daly, Chris Ty, John, what's happening? What's up, Dave? Jenny has been packing envelopes with healthy primate supplements. Yes, my kids are working. Zach, don't quit. Chris, what's up, you guys? Leanne, hello. Jody, what's happening? You like this Utah hat? What's up, man? That's my roots. Gotta support them. Summer, Shannon, thank you so much. Shannon, you gave me the best testimonial that I'm going to share with everybody probably in the next couple days about what we're doing behind the scenes. Shannon is in my group. She gets it. She understands, and we are kicking ass and helping people, and it's a community. So you see what happens is you have these gurus out there charging you all this money. It's not about that. It's about getting a community of people together, of like-minded individuals that are trying to push past, take those ideas, and what are the resources, and act now. See, don't sit on your hands. It's about executing. The execution manifesto, I cannot wait to share this with you. You guys are going to find so much value in it. Gotta go. Happy to learn from you. Sally, great. Thank you for having me on earlier today. Kat, Jay, Veronica. What's up, Katie? Mr. Jim Stegg. What's happening? Mr. Worgan. Pat Hilton. What's up, Steggy? I am Jim Stegg, owner of Stegg. I can just hear your voice all day long when you read that. Josh, what's happening? Thank you so much. Scott, Ryan. Let's see here. Tommy Baker, you know this. Let's see. Any QA? Champions are made, not born. I believe you, brother. Veronica, what's happening? Let's go Cardinals. Castler, what's up, dude? Let's see. Do the rubber bracelets make you any profit? Oh, great question. This Remember Why You Started movement is 100% nonprofit. 100% of all proceeds go back to helping battered women and children and teaching kids how to code. We sold a couple thousand. RememberWhyYouStarted.org. It's a nonprofit that myself and my family started about a month and a half ago. Let's see. Bare Knuckle Media. Tommy is in Bare Knuckle Media. Tommy wrote a great testimonial today. The Bybee brothers are in Bare Knuckle Media. They know what's happening. Shannon, let's see. Execute or Die. Let's see. Michelle is in the house. Chris Ty, what's up, my brother? All right, that's it. No questions, comments, concerns. I love you guys so much. I appreciate everything you're doing. As you can tell, I'm super passionate about this. Nobody's talking about how this system is built to crash, especially on our generation. And if we don't step aside and break out and unplug from that matrix and understand how to drive execution plans and take action, none of it matters. So I appreciate you. I hope you can feel the energy and the passion behind this message that I'm delivering today. And I couldn't thank you guys enough for consistently supporting, commenting, and sharing the messages that we're bringing to market. Love y'all. Talk to you soon.